Hey, welcome back, guys. I get a lot of people asking me what grit I sand to before I start painting, and I figured it was finally time to make a video about it. So typically, when I'm going to be painting, I sand to about 600 grit. If I'm going to start with primer, maybe 400, depending on the circumstances, but generally speaking, I just go straight to a 600. If I'm recoating, I like to go maybe 800 sometimes. Again, sometimes I'll do the 6. I don't like to go any finer than 8. I know some people, they tell me like, oh, I'm going to sand down to like 2500 grit and then recoat. You can potentially have adhesion issues when you do that. So if you sand your paint down to, or your clear coat, for example, down to 2000 grit and then you try and clear over it again, that clear coat may not stick. Now, there is an exception to that if you're doing lacquers that melt into each other, like nitrocellulose lacquers. Then you can sand as smooth as you want in between if you've got little issues in your paint job, and that can help smooth things out. But for the most part, that's not really the case. So, for example, if you're putting down a primer, sand to 400 or 600 grit prior to putting the primer down, then 600 or 800 grit, spray your color, and when you go to do recoats, again, 600, 800. I usually go with 800 for that. If I'm going to be staining something or dyeing something and then just going straight over it with a finish, I like to go with 800 grit for that as well, just because there aren't going to be as many layers there. So I try and start just a little bit finer before I begin that finishing process, so I don't have to worry so much about the small scratch marks that are caused by the sandpaper. So that's about it. That's what I sand to before I paint. I hope that helps. Please post your questions in the comment section below so that I can try and answer them either in a video or in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.